Morning, everybody. It's 5:59 a.m. Saturday, February 17th, 2018, Anno Domini Central Standard Time. Earth squarely affixed in the third dimension as best we understand it. That ought to be enough to triangulate our position in space and time. If you're not watching this video immediately after it posts, so you're welcome. Why is it 6 a.m. and we're in the truck getting rained on? We're in the truck getting rained on because we have a bunch to do today. We need to go up to Sherman, Texas and pack up Grandma's house in the rain, get all of her stuff loaded into pods, so that those pods can be delivered to outside of Poto, Oklahoma in a month, which is where we are moving to. We have been blessed to find a property with 21.47 acres, a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house, and a 5-bedroom, 3-bath house, a running creek, a stock pond, a small barn, and a decent sized shop. 3 wells as well as rural water. 4 acres of decent pasture and or room for a garden. About 14 acres of heavily wooded hardwood forest. A little bit of softwood in there too. A few pines, longleaf pines, and cedars, aromatic cedar, and then about 3 acres of creek bottom. And beautiful property. Just beautiful. It literally, $148,000. Yeah. That's $70,000 less than my 3-bedroom, 2-bath, beat to high hell house in suburban North Texas on 1/3 of an acre is valued at. And yeah, it's real. It's happening. And we're very excited about it. So, just to make things even a little bit more convoluted, Miss Harmony and the kids and Grandma are going to go to Oklahoma full time. I am continuing in my job here in North Texas because the disparity between North Texas income and Oklahoma living costs is enormous, and I want to be able to leverage that to my advantage, at least for the time being. Pretty much to the point where I just can't take it anymore, and then I'll go. And that might be 6.5 weeks. Might be 6 months, it might be years, I don't know, right? But if Harmony says after week 1, this isn't working, you need to be home, I'll be there. And my boss knows that. And everybody else that needs to know that, knows that. But we are keeping the North Texas home as a base of operations for North Texas, and also hopefully to continue to accrue equity in said home. Plus, you know, we know a lot of people here and we love a lot of people here, and they love us for some strange unexplained reason. And I thoroughly enjoy being that weird guy that's got a 1/3 of an acre suburban homestead smashed cheek to jowl in between all of the excessive normalcy that everybody else seems to embrace. But in order to offset costs, my mom and my younger sister, who live in upstate New York and have been trying to figure out a way to come down here for a couple years, are hopefully, God willing, gonna come down here and live at that house, which would be a great introduction to this region for them and make a way for them to get here. So many moving parts. And holy crap, I've been talking to you for 5 minutes already. Haven't even gotten to the point. I am bad at this sometimes, y'all. I apologize. So we're going to the shop now so we can drop off the 250 and pick up the 2500, which is hooked up to one of the enclosed trailers because it's raining. So I can take that enclosed trailer 45 minutes south to a friend's house to pick up some furniture that they are donating to the cause. Turn around and bring that 45 minutes north back up to the shop to hop back in the 250, which we're in right now, so that I can go north to Sherman to meet 4 or 5 men at Grandma's house so we can begin loading Grandma's stuff into her pods. And somewhere around midday, Miss Harmony will rendezvous with us there and organize all of the chaos that will be 4, 5, 6 men trying to daintily handle Grandma's finery. Get us all squared away. We will undoubtedly eat some type of round bread covered in sauce and cheese for lunch. And probably throw the guys some cash for their help on the Sabbath, which we have been terrible at lately. Oh my gosh, we have been terrible at. Terrible. Did I mention terrible? We've been so terrible at keeping the Sabbath lately. And yeah, it's not good. But we will throw them some money for their help, because even though they would do it without getting paid, they deserve to get paid for their time and effort and just fuel. Texas is freaking huge. A lot of people don't realize that. The Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is the same size as the state of Connecticut. So just driving around out here, I mean, you're going to burn a lot of fuel. So that's what today holds. And I realize that's a super cool story, and y'all likely will not care. I shot a video for you guys yesterday. I've yet to upload it. Assuming that the iPhone and the YouTube play nicely together, I will upload it for you. But it's continued thoughts on the Florida school shooting and the concept that I am continuously hearing espoused by many talking heads, both those that I generally agree with and those that I don't, that the reason that this kid walked into a school and started pulling triggers on innocents is because we've removed God from the schools. And I'm not gonna reshoot that video here, but I will tell you this. To paraphrase, I disagree. And I do my best to follow God and Yeshua Jesus as best I can. And I disagree with that statement. So hopefully I can get it uploaded, and if you're interested in what I have to say on that, you can find it on my channel. So this is just a little vlog update. Yes, we're moving. We're moving 200 miles to Poto, Oklahoma. And you know what that means? We get to do another video on long-range bugging out. So I've been firming up that system, and I am happy to show you what it's going to look like. My biggest challenge right now is calories, because I know that it's entirely possible to eat 6,000 calories a day while rucking and still lose weight. For those of you not sure, 6,000 calories a day is like 5 MREs, okay? They're about 1,250 calories each, so 4 of them's 5,000 calories. Let's just say 4 a day, right? High calorie intake. Well, 200 miles. let's say 15 miles a day, all right? And the probability that I will have to sidestep and or take an indirect route, call it 225, right? That's 15 times 15 is 225. So that's 15 days of walking times 4 MREs. I would have to be carrying 60 MREs, which are not, that's not really the best idea. So I'm not going to do that. So I've got a few MREs tucked in there. Got 2 big jars of extra crunchy peanut butter because, you know, there's 7,000 calories in each jar. And 10-pound sack of rice along with my cook kit and a few other odds and ends. But point being, I've got, let's see, 7,000 is 14,000. And then there's 17,000 calories in 10 pounds of uncooked rice. So 17 and 14, 31,000, and then 5,000 on the MREs is 36,000 calories. That's 6 days of hard walking, 12 days of 3,000 calories a day, right? Or 24 days of 1,500 calories maintenance calories, assuming that I don't actually procure any other food along the way. Problem being, it's all weight. So the ultra light long range bugging out got a little heavier. I'll tell you, it's carrying a 30-pound pack, couple 100 miles, not very daunting, right? And carrying a 50-pound pack, couple 100 miles, gets a little bit more serious. Thing is, it's food, right? So those pounds are going to go away. But day one, if I go out and push it 20 miles day one, day 2 will be 4 miles. And day 3 will be 1 mile. And day 4 will be 0 miles. Day 5 will be 0 miles. Day 6, if I can get back on my feet again and my knees aren't all T-Rexed, it'll be 5 miles again, right? Because your body has to get used to carrying that weight again. You know, it's like these long-range hikers. If you haven't hiked in a long time, you go throw your pack on. Even ultra-light backpackers, right? They're carrying 20, 25 pounds of gear. They go out and walk 20 miles in a day. They're wrecked for the rest of the week because your body has to reacclimate to carrying that weight, finding your center of gravity again, getting your stride and your pace, and hell, you could beat up your Achilles tendons just based on the kind of footwear you're wearing and if it's not laced properly. All right, and then you'll be laid up for a couple days just because your boots kicked your ass. Like, it's serious stuff. So I'm trying to figure that out right now to the best of my ability as to what that looks like. And when I get like literally just 15 minutes of breathing time, I will put together something for you guys to show you where that loadout is headed. You know, I did a video on that previously, and situations have changed. Or situations have clearly defined themselves. So now that I have actual parameters, I know what I'm working with. I can start planning a route, putting a mile count to that, start splitting that up by days, and get an actual idea of what I'm working with. Where I need to be, right? Is it 14 miles a day I need to cover? Okay. What does that look like, right? Or 12 miles, whatever. And I'm seriously thinking, once I get this route established, of putting a couple resupply caches along the way. Caches. Because if I can do that, that'll save me a lot of weight. Of course, understanding that could always be compromised, but that's neither here nor there. We'll throw out the old OPSEC, bro. We'll figure it out. All right, y'all, I got to go get this done. So, Mazel Tov, Shalom, Happy Shabbat. I'll talk to you guys later.